What is up? How y'all doing? How you making it? How are you surviving? I sincerely hope that you guys are well during this corona crisis. It's crazy, right? I think the one thing that we can all agree on is that we all going through it. So I really hope that you guys are staying safe. I hope that your family members and your parents and your children and your brothers and your sisters and your cousins, I hope that even in this social distancing, physical social distancing, that we are finding ways to actually come together and be closer. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about I'm going to give you some tips to not pack on the pounds while you are home. This is going to be your quick Corona fitness survival guide. So we are not going to be packing on the 15, 20, whatever plus pounds just because we are staying safe and we are in the house. I'm going to give you some really easy, practical tips to help you not pack on the pounds. And if you do it correctly, even maybe lose some weight while we are at home. We are all following not only the federal guidelines, but also the guidelines that are being set by our governors in our individual states. Wherever you are, I ask that you just please listen to what they are telling you about staying in. If you have actually been quarantined and ordered not to leave your home, to work from home, all of those things, I hope that you are following those guidelines and taking them seriously, because this virus is nothing to be played with. But wherever you are, I think that we have all, at bare minimum, have been practicing the social distancing that has been recommended. So we are home a lot more. In many states, gyms have been ordered to close. I'm in Ohio and our gyms are not open. The governor closed all of our gyms. And I'm a gym rat. I love the gym. I can work out at home, but I love the gym. I love the treadmill and the Stairmaster. That's where I burn the majority of my cardio calories. I'm struggling a little bit not being able to get on that treadmill and get on the Stairmaster. And I was smack dab in the middle of my spring shed program. I'm toning up. I am dropping the pounds that I put on in between Thanksgiving all the way up until the top of the year. I was smack dab in the middle of my program to slim down and tone up. So I'm going to give you some tips that I am following that are going to help you also to stay fit while we are self-quarantined, while we are self-isolating, while we are social distancing, so that you can come out of this thing feeling healthier. That's one thing I want us all to understand also. This isn't just something that's going to impact the elderly. This isn't just something that is going to impact people of certain demographics. This thing does not discriminate, but the people who are faring better with the disease are people who were healthy to begin with. So the people who have had pre-existing conditions, diabetes, heart disease, other conditions where their health was already compromised, unfortunately, those are the people who are more at risk to be taken out by the coronavirus. So bare minimum, I hope that we are all using this as an opportunity to take better preventative measures, to take better care of ourselves. This is an opportunity to do better, plain and simple. So first, a lot of us are now teachers as well as parents. We are going to be homeschooling, and the snacking, let me tell you, the snacking, it's so easy to do because you're giving them snacks. And we probably went to the store and bought a bunch of pre-packaged things. We didn't know how long we were going to be directed to stay in the house. So you probably just have more snacks in your home and are more inclined to grab them because you're giving them to your kids. You're spending more time at home. Resist the urge. You have to resist the urge to snack on those prepackaged things that you might be giving your children. Hopefully you are still able to get out and go to the grocery store at least once a week. I encourage you to get fresh fruit and fresh vegetables instead. I noticed at my grocery store, that's one thing that is still on the shelves. So people are still choosing not so healthy options because a lot of the prepackaged stuff is in limited supply, you don't see as much as that. But if you go to the produce section, there's still plenty of apples, there's still plenty of strawberries and melons and all of those things that we can snack on, but that are healthier for us. I will caution you, this could be the one thing that if you don't get it in check, you will pack on the pounds, because it's just, we don't understand how many calories we are really ingesting when we pick up just a handful of cheddar popcorn here, or the Cheetos that we're giving the kids, or the Rice Krispie treats. Those calories add up. So get the snacking in check, go to the grocery store, get some fresh fruit, some fresh vegetables so that you can snack on while you're at home. You can grab it, it's easy. So that's number one, and probably the biggest one. You're going to be cooking at home, so that's a good thing. We are probably eating less at restaurants and things like that. So the fact that you have the opportunity to kind of be more in control of what you are ingesting is a good thing. Just make sure it is the right stuff. All right, so let's get into these home workouts a little bit, y'all. YouTube is your best friend. Yes. The internet is wonderful. Technology is wonderful. There are millions of free, effective, credible workouts that you can do right in your home with no equipment. You can work up a sweat right in your living room. You don't need a whole lot of space. Again, you don't need equipment. Do some research on YouTube. Just research areas of your body that you want to target, or research in-home cardio workouts. You will find something that will work for you. You just have to adopt the discipline to do it. YouTube is going to be a great asset for you during this time, but you have got to make up in your mind that you're going to do this and you're not going to have any excuses. So do that. Also, if you don't have weights at home and you want to add some resistance, because weight training is always going to burn more calories than just straight cardio. It's just a fact. That's the way it is. So if you do not own weights at home, you can use some heavier household items that you already have. Many of us went out and bought gallons of water. So you probably have lots and lots of bottled water or gallons of water in your home. Cans of beans, you have those extra large cans of beans. You can use those as weights, as resistance for you. Again, when you're looking up those workouts, if they are using weights, you can use cans, you can use bottles of water. There are things in your home, boxes, there are things that are already in your home that you can use to get some resistance and to work up that sweat. You just have to be a little more creative with that. Another thing, guys, get outside, okay? You might not be a runner, you might not even be a jogger, but we can walk. And most of the places where we live, the weather is breaking, hallelujah. It's a little warmer. And even if it's still a little nippy, you guys, get outside, put a scarf on, put some gloves on, get outside for at least 30 minutes a day. I prefer 45 of just activity that has your heart rate. There are studies that show once you cross that 40-minute threshold, your body will then tap into burning stored fat. That's only if your heart rate is up though, and if you are sweating and if your blood is pumping. So get outside though. Another thing that getting outside is good for is the vitamin D. Your body needs the vitamin D that we naturally get from the sun. It will make your mood better. There are all types of things that our body needs from being outside. The fresh air is great for our lungs. So even though we are practicing this social distancing, we can and should be getting outside. So those are the fitness and workout tips. I'm gonna give you one last tip that is gonna be super, super important for you. We don't know how long we're gonna be doing this. We don't know how long this is going to last. You've got to adopt a new routine. Your body thrives on routine. Your mind thrives on routine. Your children thrive on routine. So those of us that are going to be homeschooling kids, we got to adopt a routine, a schedule, a plan. So I'll be straight up. Y'all know I'm transparent. I'll tell the truth. So the first week that this all happened was actually Kanan, my first grader's spring break. So he was already scheduled to be on spring break, and we are the schools are closed as of right now for 3 weeks. So the first week of that was spring break. So I ain't gonna lie, I slept in quite a bit. Me and my husband, his business is shut down. So we use that opportunity to catch up on some sleep. We're used to getting up, me sometimes at 5:45, but him no later than 6:30 in the morning, getting up, getting the kids going, getting the house going, trying to get out of the door for the day. So we have used that first week of spring break to sleep in. So we did not have a routine. And a lot of times I wasn't getting my workout in until like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And before I knew it, it was like 5 or 5:30, and I felt like I hadn't accomplished much because I was getting just so much of a later start to the day. And that wasn't all bad because my body really did need the sleep. I really did need to catch up on some sleep that I have been deprived of. But come next week, school's gonna be in session. We're gonna be doing Google Classroom with Kanan, and we are going to have a routine. I'm gonna go back to my getting up and working out at 6:30, getting that out of the way, and then getting Kanan into his school day lunch. And then it's gonna be time to prepare dinner, and then it's gonna be wind down time. So we have to adopt a schedule. Even though we are in the house, even though a lot of you may be working from home, you may be teleconferencing, you can still set up your day, arrange your day so that it works for you. The one benefit we have now is time. We can accomplish so much more of the things that we have been putting off. If you are in the process of writing a book, finish the book. If you are just any type of creative and you've been working on a project, this is the time to finish that. A lot of these challenges are opportunities in disguise if we choose to take them. So those are just some tips that I am going to adopt over definitely the next 2 weeks while Kanan is out of school, and however long this lasts. We are all in this together. We are. And know that you will get through this. We will all get through this. So I am praying for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this with somebody. These tips, like I always tell you guys, I just share what has worked for me in hopes that it will work for you too. So if this is your first time watching, thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. I talk about faith. I talk about family. I talk about fitness. And I just share things with you that have worked for me. Comment. Let me know. Let me know what you're going to be doing while you quarantine. What are your goals? How are you staying sane, staying fit, trying not to kill your husband and your kids? Tell me. Let me know what you're doing because we are in this together. Guys, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every time, but I really mean it. Keep pushing. You've got this. We've got this.